Sycamore Lane is a really special place. And one of my favorite things about Sycamore Lane is not just the amazing horses and all the training that they have and the beautiful grounds, but it's the people. The people at Sycamore Lane are so special, and you can feel their love, both for the animals and for the disabled children and adults that they're working with. It's been really special to see the ways that my son has really blossomed through his relationships here at Sycamore Lane with his horse and with his instructor and with the volunteers that he's bonded with. Before coming to Sycamore Lane, Caleb had recently been diagnosed with cerebral palsy. He also had a sensory processing disorder, and he was on the autism spectrum. And so he was nonverbal, and he had a really hard time even putting weight on his legs. He could hardly even really stand up. And in fact, sitting up was a skill that he'd only just mastered a year or two before. He had just turned 4 years old when we first came to Sycamore Lane. What I wanted for Caleb more than anything was for him to be able to walk. I wanted him to be able to run and be able to experience life as a typical child would. And so up until he was 4, we'd participated in a lot of therapies: physical therapy, occupational therapy, feeding therapies, speech therapies. The list goes on, and he'd never liked a single one. He didn't enjoy it. He fought against it. He really hated it. And so I was really looking for something that could move him towards my goal of being able to walk independently one day, but also something that he would really enjoy. And I started to do some research. I'd heard some wonderful things about horseback therapy, and as I researched, I found Sycamore Lane, which was very close to my own home, and I decided, you know what, why not? Let's give it a shot. This could be the one therapy that he actually enjoys. And sure enough, from the very first week, he loved it. The first time that I saw my son on a horse, I got a little emotional because he looked so tiny on that great big horse, and yet he was loving it. He was smiling. It was possibly one of the cutest things I've ever seen in my life. He engaged his little stomach muscles. He worked so hard and sat upright on that horse, and he hummed the whole time, and just, you could tell he felt like such a big boy. I look forward to many years ahead of just being in relationship with them as a family, supporting them however we can, and in turn, just receiving so much blessing back from them.